Hello, everybody. My name is Ayush Sudan, and you can see my brief introduction. Today, the topic of my presentation is all about the professional education component of National Education Policy 2020. Now, I am going to talk about it. You can see the professionals of 21st century. So, these are the following contents of my presentation. First one is the overview, uh, then brief introduction of National Education Policy 2020, then introduction of professional education, then objectives of professional education, then salient features of professional education, then way forward, and the last one is the conclusion. So first of all, the overview of the presentation. Education is fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable and just society, and promoting national development. Providing universal access to quality education is the key to economic growth, social justice and equality, scientific advancement, national integration, and cultural preservation. India will have the highest youth population in the world over the next decade, and our ability to provide high quality educational opportunities to them will shape the future of our country. The gap between the current state of learning outcomes and what is desirable must be bridged through undertaking major reforms to bring the highest quality and integrity into the system, from early childhood education through higher education. A brief introduction of National Education Policy 2020. The new National Education Policy 2020 is the first education policy of the 21st century and replaces the 34-year-old नेशनल पॉलिसी ऑन एजुकेशन 1986। जैसे कि हम जानते हैं कि 1968 में जो फर्स्ट नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी जो आई थी वो इंट्रोड्यूस हुई थी। देन उसके बाद सेकंड नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 1986 में इंट्रोड्यूस हुई थी। देन 1992 में सेकंड जो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी थी उसमें थोड़ी चेंजिंग लाई गई थी गवर्नमेंट के तरफ से। तो अभी जो 34 ईयर्स बाद जो आई है ये थर्ड नेशनल पॉलिसी है जो कि 2020 में आई है। सो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी बिल्ट ऑन द फाउंडेशनल पिलर्स ऑफ एक्सेस, इक्विटी, क्वालिटी, अफोर्डेबिलिटी एंड अकाउंटेबिलिटी. This policy is aligned to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and aims to transform India into a vibrant knowledge society and global knowledge superpower by making both school and college education more holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, suited to 21st century needs, and aimed at bringing out the unique capabilities of each student. The policy has been formulated after a very detailed consultative process, unprecedented in depth and scale. In June 2017, a committee for the draft National Education Policy was constituted under the chairmanship of eminent scientist Padma Vibhushan Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, which submitted the draft National Education Policy 2019 to the Honorable Human Resource Development Minister on 31st of May 2019. So, the vision of this policy. The National Education Policy aims at building a global best education system rooted in the Indian ethos and aligned with the principles enunciated above, thereby transforming India into a global knowledge superpower. So, next one is the introduction of professional education. The National Education Policy envisions that the professional education will become an integral part of the overall higher education system. Like all higher education, it must significantly involve critical and interdisciplinary thinking and research. The practice of setting up standalone technical universities, health science universities, legal and agricultural universities, or institutions in these or other fields shall be discouraged. No new standalone institutions will be permitted except in specific fields as per national needs. All existing standalone professional education institutions will have to become multidisciplinary institutions by 2030, either by opening new departments or by operating in clusters. So, now what is professional education? Before further proceeding, first of all, we have to understand about it what we think about the professional education. So, professional education is a formalized approach to specialized training in a professional school through which participants acquire content knowledge and learn to apply techniques. Some common goals of professional education includes incorporating the knowledge and value basic to a professional discipline, understanding the central concepts, principles and techniques applied practice. It is designed to produce responsible professionals and then to ensure their continuing competence. It is designed to produce responsible professionals and then to ensure their continuing competence in the profession by helping them recognize and understand the significance of advancing professional knowledge and improving standards of practice. It involves the translation of learning to practice and is intended to prevent occupations and professions from become obsolete. So these are the professions of different sectors, like one of them is doctor, engineer, architect, teacher, scientist, painter, manager. So objectives of professional education. So first one is the building a holistic approach to the preparation of professionals, ensuring broad-based competencies and 21st century skills, ensuring understanding of the social human context, ensuring a strong ethical compass. So salient features of professional education. One by one, I will discuss these components of the professional education. Uh, First one is the agriculture education, then legal education, then healthcare education, and then technical education. So first one is the agriculture education. National Education Policy 2020 talks about the agriculture education with allied disciplines will be revived. Although agriculture universities comprise approximately 9% of all universities in the country, enrollment in agriculture and allied sciences is less than 1% of all enrollment in higher education. Both capacity and quality of agriculture and allied disciplines must be improved in order to increase agriculture productivity through better skilled graduates and technicians, innovative research, and market based extension linked to technologies and practices. The agriculture professionals shall have the ability to understand and use local knowledge, traditional knowledge, and emerging technologies while being cognizant of critical issues such as declining land productivity, climate change, food sufficiency for our growing population, etc. Institutions offering agriculture education must benefit the local community directly. One approach could be to set up agriculture technology parks to promote technology, incubation, and dissemination. So next one is the legal education. The National Education Policy 2020 talks about the legal education will be restructured to become globally competitive, adopting best practices and embracing new technologies for wider access to justice and timely delivery of justice. At the same time, it must be informed and illuminated with constitutional values of justice, that is social, economic, and political, and directed towards national reconstruction through instrumentation of democracy, rule of law, and human rights. The curricula for legal studies must reflect a socio-cultural context along with, in an evidence-based manner, the history of legal thinking, principles of justice, the practice of jurisprudence, and other related content appropriately and adequately. State institutions offering law education must consider offering bilingual education for future lawyers and judges in English and in the language of the state in which the law program is situated. This is to alleviate delay in legal outcomes consequent to need for translation. So next one is the healthcare education. Healthcare education shall be re-envisioned such that the duration, structure, and design of the educational programs are as required for the roles that graduates will play. For example, uh, every healthcare process, that is taking, reading, and ECG does not necessarily need a fully qualified doctor. All MBBS graduates must possess medical skills, diagnostic skills, surgical skills, and emergency skills. Students will be assessed at regular intervals on well defined parameters, primarily for the skills required for working in primary care and in secondary hospitals. Quality of nursing education will be improved. A national accreditation body for nursing and other substreams will be created. Given that our people exercise pluralistic choices in healthcare, our healthcare education system must be integrated. This would mean, illustratively, that all students of allopathic medical education must have a basic understanding of Ayush, that is, Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. There shall also be a such greater emphasis on preventive healthcare and community medicine in all of healthcare education. Next one is the technical education. Technical education includes degree and diploma programs in engineering, technology, management, architecture, town planning, pharmacy, hotel management, and catering technology. Many of these sectors are critical to India's overall development. These sectors will continue to demand well qualified individuals for several decades, and hence closer collaboration between industry and institutions to drive innovation and research will be actively encouraged. Since these domains will become part of the multidisciplinary education, curricula must be renewed with a focus on opportunities to engage deeply with the field and be more inclusive of other disciplines. India must take the lead in preparing professionals in cutting edge areas that are fast gaining prominence, such as artificial intelligence, 3D machining, big data analysis, and machine learning, among others, in technical education, genomic studies, biotechnology, nanotechnology, neuroscience, and so on in the sciences. These topics and many others like them must be woven into undergraduate education at the earliest. So, next one is the way forward. Uh, a new education policy aims to facilitate an inclusive, participatory, and holistic approach which takes into consideration field experiences, empirical research, stakeholder feedback, as well as lessons learned from best practices. It is a progressive shift towards a more scientific approach to education. The prescribed structure will help to cater the ability of the child, stages of cognitive development, as well as social and physical awareness. If implemented in its true vision, the new structure can bring India at par with the leading countries of the world. So, at last but not the least, is the conclusion. The new education policy 2020 is a good policy as it aims at making the education system holistic, flexible, multidisciplinary, aligned to the needs of the 21st century and the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. The intent of policy seems to be ideal in many ways, but it is the implementation where lies the key to success. A famous quote of Nelson Mandela, in which he says, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. So that's it from my side. Thank you all for listening to my presentation.